Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is you're tuning in. I should probably check and see we're all good here. We are perfect. Okay, so we're gonna make some Franken paper today. So I don't know if you've heard of that before, but it's kind of like when we make our using up your scraps. So we're using up scraps today. So my mind just absolutely drew a blank on what I was going to say. It'll come to me eventually. Anyway, we're gonna make Franken paper. So that is basically scraps that are sewn together. And then you can use them as an actual page in your journal, or you can use them, cut them up and use them as other stuff. So first and foremost, you need some scraps. I dug through my scrap bin. These are great for some of your bigger scraps. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to get to it, and I want to make it big enough that it would be able to fit into a journal. So that's kind of our guideline. So 8.5 by 11 is the size we're aiming for, right? So I know this is from scrapbook paper, so this is going to be 12 inches already. Yeah, so we're gonna make it 12 inches, and so I have a guideline. So I'm just gonna line this up here a little bit on my desk to see. And can I see? Yes. Okay, just wanna make sure everybody can see me. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna simply grab some scraps. Straight ones are better for this. So a lot of your offcuts and things like that, and we might trim some stuff down and whatnot. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna just see how much this is. It's about overlapped like 1/4 of an inch. You could go a little bit more, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew across all of these lines. So what I'm gonna do first then is I'm gonna lay down some beads of glue, or we'll probably use glue stick actually to make sure it'll be dry. Do I want to do? Yeah, that should work. All right, so I'm just using a woohoo stick or yoo-hoo stick. I don't know. It's another type of glue stick. It works really well. And I'm just going to throw a line down on here. We just want it to stick for a little bit while we are putting everything together. So we give it a good smoosh on there, and then go ahead and find your next piece. So since this color is not going well for me, so I don't like that blue with that green, so we'll set you aside. Maybe we'll use you on something else. What else we got? This is a blue, we'll set that there. Okay, here's another piece. So, and like I said, these are offcuts. This is gonna, maybe do I wanna use a triangle? I don't know if I wanna use a triangle. Here's part of a book page. Let's go ahead and just cut that off really quick. I suppose I could have prepped these, but I was excited to get going on stuff. I haven't been able to get to making any videos for a few days, so, because I had gone camping for 5 days with my little boy, who's 4, my twin sister, and 2 of her kids. So we had a nice time camping. Everything was great. All right, so we're gonna put this one here, like so. So I'm gonna once again overlap it a little bit. So I'm gonna run this glue right along here. I know it went a little further, but it's fine. About 1/4 of an inch. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. This is gonna look really cool. So these make really fun actual pages in journals. So now we could get fun. We could do some stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna stick just kind of straight lines, I think, as much as possible here. Oh, here, we got some more text, and then will that bring us up to, so like I said, this sheet is 12 inches wide. Am I lining up things straight here? Not pretty good. It's a little big, that's okay, we'll cut it down. So I wanna go So we're going 12 this way. Most journals that I make only need to be about 9 inches. So I'm going to make this one 10 just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and use this strip because it is foreign language and I love it. So I'm just going to cut it. You know what? I'm going to tear this along here. I'm going to just cut this down a little bit. So I need this to be a little bit more than 2 inches. So we're going 2.5 here. Make this nice and straight. I think I need to put a new blade on this thing. Okay, so that's good there. So we're gonna run this one across like that. Perfect, love it. So Franken Paper, can use it in your journals. We can use it like we do our master boards. Oh my gosh, that is the word I was trying to think of earlier, the word master board. So it's kind of like a master board, except that instead of having it glued onto a base, what you're going to do is just, it is glued together itself. So you're just gluing those edges and then we're going to sew across them. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine or don't want to use a sewing machine, all I would say is that glue it a little more and overlap your edges a little bit more as well. So give yourself a little bit more space. And then you can also do some really fun things with these pages as well. All right, so what else do we have? We need to fill in up over here. Ooh, this is kind of nice. I have, is that big enough? Okay, this is a piece of vellum that I have here. It's a little big. What else do we have? I just want like one, all I need is like one strip across. Oh, hey, this is perfect. All right, let's just trim this guy up a little bit and then it'll be great for right here. Get that glue splooge off there. This, I was using this for a bunch of, you know what? We're gonna leave it on because that might be real cool. So we just need to tidy this up a little bit, straighten her up, and then I'll run it to my sewing machine really quick. We'll go from there. How tall did I need this? Now that I'm bumping everything. You can make these as big or as small as you want too. That's the other thing. I just want to make sure it's big enough that it'll fit into any of the pages of my journals for any journals that I'm making in the future. So let's go ahead. That side's good. We need to take it off. You know what? We might leave it. I might leave it. Let's just tidy the edge just a touch. Oh, that's not going to go very good because of the glue. Oh, we got it. It was enough. I'm going to leave that glue on there because I think that's a fun contrast as well to what is going on the page. Okay, so last bit here. And then I'm just going to glue here and here, down here. Oh, there is a fly bugging me in here today. So, make sure this is kind of square here. Like so. And if it's not perfect, we can trim it down, right? So, if it's not perfect, it's also okay. All right, so that is that. So that one is good. So now we go ahead and you just stitch along everything. So I'm going to give that a minute to dry. Here's what the other side looks like. Also super fun. Very fun. Lots of place. So still journaling space if you want to make sure there is that. See, and then that could be a page in your journal. You can trim it down. Make it to the right size you want. So, like I said, if you want to, well, let's go ahead. Let's do a no-sew version. I've got some other papers here. Let's go ahead and use this fun one. So I'm going to set that off to the side. So we'll do our glued version here quick. Excuse me. And this one's going to be a little bit more wonky and different. I love this paper. It kind of looks like wallpaper. All right, so that is that. And let's see, I kind of lined it up here. So we have this. I also have this blue, which is really nice. So we're going to just overlap it a little bit more and make sure it's glued down really well. I'm still going to use glue stick though. So I should have had it lined up here. What is this? I'll line it up in this grid. You think after using this for so many years, I would know where all my grid things are. So that would be to 10. So this is 12. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna line it up there and we're gonna line it up, make sure it goes to here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna overlap it quite a bit more and make sure that all of our spots are really glued in well. And I'm gonna flip the text and stuff a little bit more than I did on the other one. So I'm gonna take this heavy duty glue stick. You could use whatever your favorite glue is. And we're gonna really glue it down. So I'm just overlapping more. That's all I'm doing instead of sewing, because it's going to be very secure. So I overlap this one 1 inch. That's probably excessive. Another thing you could do, you could tape your seams. That could also work really well. So that one's there. Here is another blue piece that we have. I think that'll look nice. So let's put this guy here. Or do I want to put it like this? You know what? Let's do this creamy color. This creamy color here. Like that. This time I'm not going to overlap it quite so much. So, like I said, very similar to a masterboard, except you're not building it on a foundation. It is the foundation. So this is going to be a foundation for a page. Oh, let's do it this way instead. Try and get it kind of even. Gluing that there. And this is a piece of, and I'm sliding that glue there too. Should have gotten a paper towel or a napkin, but I did not. All right, so that is there. And I think this vellum would be really cool to put on here too. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that torn edge to overlap a little bit because that's cool. So we're gonna go up to there. So this will make a 9-inch tall page, and I like that. So I'm gonna overlap this a lot because this is vellum, so it's gonna be a little bit, it's pretty stiff stuff, but I think it'll make a really fun addition to this page. Because you can kind of see through it too, which is cool. Okay. So that is there. And you'll be able to see that pattern through both sides. All right, what else do we have to add on to make this some fun texture here? Let's do like this. Let's put this here. All right, so my glue stick is a little wonky because I forgot to close it one day. I was naughty. So it's a little bit weird and chunky. It still works. It's kind of rehydrated a little bit, so. And they wiggled, so I gotta make sure this is lined up. Roughly, doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna go here and here. Right there and right there. Okay. And this has like a little hole. I might leave that actually, because it might be kind of cool on a page, to be perfectly honest, to have like a little hole that peeps through. So I think we're gonna leave it because that's fun. All right, let's see how, what else? Should we put this here? Let's do this side. Let's do it on this side like this. And we'll overlap that a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oof, this, yeah, I can't wait to finish up this glue stick because it is a little wonky and thick. So yeah, I am overlapping these way more than we did on the other one, but it's gonna hold together well. And this is just, once again, another way to use up your scraps. Almost done here. One more. Should we do this? Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And then we'll have another little peepee through. And that should secure this pretty good. Let's do it. It's fun. Okay. So let's see. We need to go a bunch here. Like that. And over here, I think like that. There. Voila. Okay. Franken page. I think Franken page is because you normally sew them. So, okay, that's really fun with those little peepees. I like the colors and stuff. I like how this turned out. Okay, so then this would be essentially done if you wanted to. And maybe we'll do something more fun with this as we add it into a book. So we'll let that dry. But then this, of course, would be your book page folded like that. I really like those little peep throughs. I do indeed. Okay, and everything is glued here really well on that side. This could get a little shot of glue here. So yeah, you can go back over your edges a little bit. Make sure everybody is glued down appropriately. We don't have extra glue. We'll just rub it off. I got extras someplace. Okay, so there you go. 2 options. Let me go sew that one quick and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna pause a minute and I'll come back with a stitched page. So it'll be like magic. Okay, voila. Franken paper. Okay, can you see the stitching? So all I did was I took a zigzag stitch on the sewing machine and I just went across every one of those seams. Just used a really big stitch. I just used whatever thread was in my machine at the time, which happened to be purple. So it kind of goes with this and it's fine. So there you go. Franken page, 2 ways. The sew version and the no sew version. Okay, I hope you guys like this video. I hope it's another new thing, another way to use up those scraps and think about them in a different way. And yeah, have a go. Try it out. And don't forget, most importantly, art with your heart. Thanks a lot, guys. Goodbye.